Hello and welcome to the news on NTA International. I am Charles Alpha. Our sign language interpreter is Precious Zamina. But first, a quick look at some of our top stories. As world marks 2024 International Day of the Girl, federal government reaffirms commitment in promoting their education. Senate tasks states to ensure fairness in conduct of local government elections. Democratic Republic of Congo and 15 other countries elected on UN Human Rights Council. Thank you for staying with us. We begin with the federal government reaffirming its commitment in promoting the education of the girl child. Deputy Chief of Staff to the President and Chairman Human Capital Development Core Working Group, Ibrahim Hassan Hadija, said this at a conference marking this year's International Day of the Girl. He says every girl child has the right to be educated, urging communities, traditional rulers, to encourage and support education for all. The theme of the 2024 International Day of the Girl is Girls' Vision for the Future. It conveys both the need for urgent action and persistent hope, driven by the power of girls' voices and vision for the future. 16-year-old female student Isabel Anani today presided over the special plenary session of the House of Representatives to commemorate the International Day of the Girl Child, which is observed every October 11. Being the last plenary day for the week, Speaker Tajuddin Abbas vacated his seat to allow Isabel. Isabel acts as Speaker as the House passed resolutions to promote the welfare, well-being of the girl child in Nigeria.
A future where the healthcare system for girls isn't discriminated against due to the socio-cultural factors that so wrongfully exist. Girls are breaking boundaries regardless of the stereotypes and exclusion, which include the marginalization and living with disabilities.
That the leadership of the House to ensure the swift passage of bills that seek to protect women and girls, like the Gender and Equal Opportunities Bill.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Isabel was chosen for this prestigious role after emerging first among candidates across Nigeria following an open call and a rigorous interview process as part of our effort to empower young leaders.
Young Isabel shared her unique experience with National Assembly correspondent Mitai Rapen.
To vacate your seat for, a girl, an adolescent girl. So I think he's very open-minded, and bringing this initiative together means that he wants to see the change as well, and that he's constantly driving for the change as well. So I think Mr. Speaker's initiative and his head they're at the right place, because it just shows how much, as I said before, how much progression we are making as Nigerians and how open-minded our lawmakers are. So Mr. Speaker is an amazing man, I can say firsthand. He made me feel welcome and safe.
The theme for the 2024 International Day of the Girl Child is Girls' Vision for the Future. And the National Human Rights Commission has presented its 9th edition of the Human Rights Violation Dashboard for the month of September. Omeka Marachuku reports that the dashboard highlights the Commission's commitment to transparency and accountability, showcasing the complaints and violations recorded during the month of September 2024. A total of 305,300 complaints was recorded for the month of September. The Public Complaints Commission says it has initiated a deliberate mechanism for seeking redress by citizens and tool for curbing administrative excesses and bureaucratic corruption in Nigeria. Chief Commissioner of the Commission, Bashir Abubakar, who stated this while briefing newsmen, said the era of trampling on the rights and privileges of Nigerians and going scot-free is over. Elias Yakubu reports.
The Commission is the machinery for the control of administrative excesses, non-adherence to procedures, or abuse of law in Nigeria. It is an organ of the government set up to address complaints lodged by aggrieved citizens or residents in Nigeria against administrative injustice by government or private institutions in Nigeria. The question, however, is, are Nigerians aware of this mandate of the Public Complaints Commission?
We intend to reach virtually in not only the local governments of the Federation. We have 774 local governments in the country, and we intend to reach out to all these local governments.
This interactive session with the media, according to the Chief Commissioner, is to provide an avenue to cultivate the use of traditional and social media to disseminate information on the activities of the Commission. He said, with the innovative strategies, Nigerians can now confidently report any administrative injustices or systemic failure as a result of corruption for prompt action by the Commission.
It is pertinent to state here, apart from the power of the Commission to receive complaints through petitions, the Commission can also initiate investigation, so motto.
The Public Complaints Commission is a Nigerian version of Ombudsman established in 1975. In Abuja, Ilyasu Yakubu, NTA News.
And in other news, the President Bola Tinubu administration is committed to providing sustainable development for Nigerians and will do all it takes to ensure that they are not disappointed. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu gave this assurance at the Arole Odua Palace of the Oni of Ife Oba Enitan Adeyeye Ogunwusi. She said the president was aware of the current challenges facing the country and working hard to provide sustainable solutions. She reiterated her call on youth to position themselves for national rebirth by retaining their faith in administration and embracing honest work, hard work. While offering royal blessings, the Oni of Ife Oba Ogunwusi described the First Lady as a caring mother of the nation and appealed to all Nigerians to support the current administration. The First Lady is in Ile-Ife to inaugurate two key infrastructural projects, a 2.7-kilometer road named after her, and Ojaja male and female students' hostels and pavilions, all executed by the traditional ruler in her alma mater. Now, to health. Child eye health is an issue that affects millions of children globally, but it's often overlooked. This is why the 2024 World Sight Day, tagged Children Love Your Eyes, is dedicated to raising awareness on children's poor eyesight, which is a barrier to education, social interaction, and safety. The Nigerian Optometric Association took to the streets of Abuja to sensitize schools and the public on this health concern. Uche Ogwechuku reports.
Many times, children try so hard to read the blackboard at school as it appears blurry. Sometimes, it could be that a child playing on the field struggles to see objects clearly. Findings by the World Health Organization show that poor vision does not just affect a child's ability to see, it also impacts their cognitive and emotional development. Sadly, many parents or guardians do not realize their child or ward's struggle until the condition is severe.
From time to time, I tend to scratch my eyes. Sometimes you just start teary eyes also. So yeah, but nothing is being done.
Students that have normally have low side or eye problem, we normally place them to sit in the front so that they can be able to see, or maybe we call the parent and advise them to get glasses, or they take them to eye clinic.
This year to do to God, I never carried them before.
To raise awareness of this vision impairment bedeviling an estimated 19 million children globally, the Nigerian Optometric Association is reaching out to schools for enlightenment and comprehensive eye checks.
One of the major problems associated with children's eye health is uncorrected refractive error. But when you come to the eye clinic, we'll run an eye test for you and we'll make sure that any uncorrected refractive error is detected on time.
Children are now exposed to early learning before you get to age of 6, which is the age of maturity of vision, before you are exposed to learning, reading and the rest. But now, children even at the age of 6 months are beginning to get exposed to digital strength, and they bring prints very close. This has consequences, and they are affecting the development of the child and development of the eyesight. That more children are now becoming myopic.
Experts say routine eye screening in schools, educating parents on early signs of vision problems, and ensuring access to affordable care are essential steps in giving every child a clear view to the future. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
As state governments conduct local government elections across the country, President Bola Tinubu continued to receive more commendations for renewing hope at the third tier of government and deepening democracy at the grassroots. Immediate past national president of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, Aminu Mwazu Meifata, said President Tinubu has written his name in gold by restoring democracy across the 774 local government areas council in the country. Aliu Tijani reports.
Local government of Nigeria, Algon, Aminu Mwazu Meifata, while handing over the mantle of leadership after the expiration of his tenure, is optimistic that the return of democracy to local government councils will empower rural people, curb rural-urban migration, and attract more development to the grassroots.
We've never had it so good in Algon like now. So I will with you to please give the same, if not above, cooperation for Algon in each and every one of us to any presidents coming after you.
As a president, I assure you I will provide the necessary leadership in consultation with other respected leaders of this association. We will continue to collaborate, consult, and make sure we work together as one family of Algon.
While describing President Bola Tinubu as a true Democrat committed to the development of grassroots in Nigeria, the former Algon national president calls for prudency and accountability in the management of resources by local government chairmen, with the financial autonomy for the councils now in force. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
Senate is making a push for fairness in the conduct of local government councils elections as legislators describe the current situation across states as a mockery of the rule of law. Senate is therefore proposing a national dialogue involving stakeholders from across the states of the Federation to correct prevalent anomalies where outcomes did not reflect the will of electorate. The legislators were reacting to the winner-take-all system in local councils poll in Nigeria. They expressed disappointment over the situation and called for collective resolve to make a change for a better.
And we know what the problem is. If indeed local government election results are written 2-3 days before the elections are purportedly held, it behoves on us, the National Assembly, to give direction.
The Nigerian and British governments are strengthening relations to further develop the civil service. Haman Jabani reports that the meeting between the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Dr. Richard Montgomery, and head of the Civil Service of the Federation, DD Elsa Watson Jack, is aimed at making that happen, as both parties agreed to collaborate.
The British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Dr. Richard Montgomery, who incidentally is the first diplomat to visit the office of the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, congratulated DD Esther Walton Jack for her well-deserved appointment and assured her of support in any way possible. He said the embassy will support the Nigerian Civil Service and would like to use some of the models it is using in transforming the service in the British Civil Service. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, DD Esther Walton Jack, who took her guests through the FCC 25 plan and some of the deliverables, said the collaboration will be based on knowledge sharing and best practices to support Nigeria's ongoing reform initiative under the plan, as well as technology and innovation. She said the country's civil service would like to transfer the UK's annual civil service live conference model and explore exchange program and study tour to facilitate mutual learning with an emphasis on knowledge sharing.
Innovation is definitely something we cannot afford to overlook. And so we are also fostering innovation in the public service. For now, we have our annual Innovation Challenge program. And we would like to make a culture of creativity and continuous improvement using innovation in the service, and discuss with my team so that we identify the areas of collaboration and make sure that we have a representative of the UK government in each of the relevant war rooms.
DD Esther Walton Jack welcomed the British High Commissioner to Nigeria and wished him a successful working experience, just as she solicited his support in institutionalizing the digitization program and the culture of change in the civil service. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
You're watching the news on NTA International. We take a break. More reports ahead. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. The National Pension Commission has assured contributors and retirees in the country of prompt payment of their entitlements as at when due. The Acting Director General of the National Pension Commission, Omolara Olowo, stated this at the launch and presentation of Service Charter and Framework as part of activities to mark the Service Week in Abuja. Austin Anyabe reports.
The customers who are the contributors and retirees, reviewing their operations and exploring areas of gaps in meeting customers' needs. It's also geared towards fostering pension and client relations. Acting Director General Omolara Olowo used the event to launch the Commission's Service Charter and Framework, which will guide the operations in a quest to meet the yearning of contributors and retirees in Nigeria.
The Service Charter we are presenting today is designed to define clear service delivery expectations, both at PENCAM, for the pension funds administrators, and all operators that we regulate.
Director General of the National Senior Citizen Center, Emen Omokaro, speaks on the place of PENCON in the quality of life of retirees.
I also want to appeal to the DG. Areas of partnership that I see already is in areas of data. We can partner in that area. You have all the administrative data that we need.
Some of the operators at the Commission shed more light on the process for assessing retirement benefits and where contributors can access information on the required documentation and pension clearance certificates.
The major objective of the Commission is to ensure comfort of the retirees at retirement and payment of retirement benefit as at when due. So therefore, this service charter has spelled out the timelines clearly for any approval of requests by the Commission, and then the processing timelines by the PFA.
The whole process of issuing pension compliance certificates has been automated, and starting from next year, Employers can sit in the comfort of their homes and offices, apply for these pension certificates, upload the necessary documentation, and wait within 5 working days to receive their pension clearance certificate.
The Customer Service Week event allows customers to ask questions on several issues concerning their savings. In Abuja, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
In a significant step towards improving educational facilities in rural areas, the Rotary Club, Abuja, has inaugurated a newly renovated block of classrooms at the local education authority primary school, Kungabokun, a suburb in the Federal Capital Territory. Comfort Fashion reports that this is part of the social responsibilities of the club towards giving back to the society.
Looking all around, one can see the evidence of a plethora of needs of the residents of the area. In my chat with Rotary President Olayemi Idowu and Rotary District Governor nominee Sikiru Owenikoko, they said these needs, most of which the government at all levels are expected to take care of, are critical to human development and to the larger society. They said though it is government responsibilities, but individuals and groups also have roles to play in order to create a better society.
We love to call on all other well-wishers, and meaning the prominent people that has a good mind of giving, to not leave everything in the hands of government. The government cannot do it all.
Education is the most important part of children's life. When we have good and quality education, which cannot be compromised, so we need to give them a conducive environment.
Come and be part of service to humanity. And that is all. That is why Rotary's motto says, it profits best he who serves most.
The commissioning of the renovated blocks of 3 classrooms here at the Kungabogun Primary School, Kubwa, by the Rotary Club is seen as a way to contribute to human existence and a hope for a better future.
I say a big thank you to Rotary Club for what they did in the community.
I'm here to say thank you for roofing the school, for taking good care of the school.
The extensive renovation efforts by the club breathed new life into the school's aging classrooms. Members of the club, known for its humanitarian gesture, said more are expected from the people, collectively or individuals. Community leaders, school administrators, and Rotary Club members who witnessed the commissioning praised the initiative, which they said will have positive impact on the school and its pupils. Comforts, fashion, NTA News.
Elsewhere, the Democratic Republic of Congo is among 15 countries elected to the Human Rights Council despite objections by the country's opposition. Francis Odojo reports that Benin, Gambia, Kenya, and Ethiopia are other African countries elected to the council.
The 5 countries will serve for 3 years, starting on January 1st, 2025. At the Assembly, there was virtually no opposition to DRC's election as it polled 172 votes out of 190. Human Rights Watch, Congolese civil society and opposition parties had pointed out political repression, arbitrary detentions, and killings as reasons to deny the DRC a seat on the symbolic but highly prestigious body. Congo's Minister for Human Rights said the country would use the position to improve its rights situation. The UN Human Rights Council was established in 2006 and is tasked with protecting and promoting human rights around the world and addressing violations. Francis Udojo, NT News.
Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos has challenged Chinese Premier Li Qiang over recent clashes in the South China Sea at a regional summit, just as fears grew that conflict could erupt in the disputed waterway. Francis Udojo again reports that Li met the leaders of the 10-member Association of Southeast Nations at a gathering, Laos, a day after discussions dominated by the Myanmar civil war and dominated deliberations.
Months have seen a spate of violent clashes between Chinese and Philippine vessels in waters around disputed reefs and islands in the South China Sea. Marcos raised the issue at the meeting with Lee, arguing that economy cannot be separated from cooperation and political security. A Southeast Asian diplomat who attended the meeting told newsmen the Lee summit was largely focused on trade and came the same day the Premier met with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, who said Beijing has agreed to lift sanctions on the lucrative lobster industry. However, the Southeast Asian diplomat Marcos told the meeting that ASEAN and China cannot pretend that all is well on the economic front when there are tensions on the political front. Marcos also said that both sides should hasten talks on a code of conduct in the sea. Reports say the growing frequency and intensity of clashes in the disputed waterway are fueling fears that the situation could escalate. Beijing says almost the entirety of the South China Sea is a waterway of immense strategic importance through which trillions of dollars in trade transits every year. Several ASEAN members, the Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Brunei, have also competing claims to various small islands and reefs. Francis Udojo, NTA News.
Now, President Bola Tinubu congratulates ace broadcaster and Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Abike Dabiri Hirawa, on the occasion of her 62nd birthday on October 11. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanuga, the President commends her passion for building a better Nigeria through her various public roles. President Tinubu also recalls her illustrious career in public service, which first brought her to national prominence during her active days as a broadcaster with the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. The President prays that Almighty Allah will grant her many years of health and service to the nation. And up next is our weather report. This is where we end the news. Thanks for watching. I am Charles Alpha.